Thanks to the supporters of channel member Travis Manctalo. Oh, boys and girls, was not expecting to be making this video this early in this series. It's FA Cup final day. Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 21 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final game of the league season against Newcastle, and then the main event, the FA Cup final against Chelsea. Since you were last with me, we've played... Why is my fixtures changed to not my schedule view? Yuck. That was horrible. We played our last few games of the season. We narrowly lost against Man City, narrowly beat West Ham, and narrowly lost against Aston Villa. Very much the theme of the season with this 4-3-3. It was we varied a little bit from it when we did the diamond, but more often than not, narrow results one way or the other. We definitely keep it tight with this system. All of the bigger results, like that 3-0 there, the 4-2 defeat there, these all happened when we went a little bit more narrow. But all of this means the Premier League table looks like this with one game to go. We do have the opportunity to finish as high as 12th and get to 50 points and can't fall any lower than our current 13th place position. Wonderful stuff. Let's go and celebrate our final day of the Premier League season at Deepdale. It's Preston versus Newcastle. We've got Blanco in goal, a back four of Ballo-Touré, Pascozzi, De Klerk and Walters. Longstaff at the base of the midfield with Scott and Rafa ahead of him. Chong on the left, Ross on the right, Reyes up front. Reyes, by the way, really starting to knock in the goals. 8 goals in all competitions, 4 in 3 in the FA Cup, which is where he really started to get his opportunities, but he is scoring more often in the Premier League now. You can see weighing in with a few goals recently, and fingers crossed we see another one from him today. Although I'll level with you, I'm very comfortable if we save our good performance from this episode for the FA Cup final. This is really just an opportunity to see things through. Getting to 50 points, I think, will be a big, important thing. And of course, potentially spoiling Newcastle's European qualification, although by spoiling it for Newcastle, we do let Manchester United into Europe. So I don't know which one of those I want to see happen least. Ballo-Touré plays it forward to Scott, and now Ross with another one of his famous Ross through balls, and Reyes isn't there to capitalise on it. That through ball was so effective earlier on in the season. We've seen less of it in this second half of the season, and it was back there with a vengeance, but unfortunately Reyes not quite as prolific as Adam Eder was in the first half of the season, and he hits the post. Scott at the edge of the area finds Chong, and Chong, I think, this is probably his final league appearance as a regular starter for us. Not necessarily as a squad player. We might well keep him around next year. He's quite expensive to just keep around as a squad option. It's not that he's disastrous. I just think we're going to have the opportunity to do better than that this summer. And how good is Blanco in goal for us? That's Isak there. He's just plucked the ball off the head of, dominating his penalty area so confidently. That boy's still 18 years old. He might have turned 19. We get another Ross through ball, and Reyes once again firing it straight into the Newcastle goalkeeper. There's got to be a goal coming for Reyes, surely, and Chong, quite cleverly there, wins the corner. He's just kicked that into the shins of the Newcastle defender, and we have an opportunity. Our most threatening route to goal with the corner. Longstaff, of course, the former Newcastle player, curls it into that far post where De Klerk gets under it, but unfortunately ends up looping the header up into the hands of the Newcastle goalkeeper when he really needed to make a firmer contact to properly test him. But Chong goes round his man again on this left-hand side. Rafa playing it back to Ballo-Touré, slots it back into Chong. It's a lovely finish from Chong. I think he might have been offside. At the moment I said Chong might be on his way out, he started playing like a man possessed, but I don't think he's going to get a goal here. That looked like he was probably well offside, and he was. It was a nice idea, and Ballo-Touré, I had full intention for him to just cross this in. Why he's not? I mean, look, who is that unmarked in the middle there? But he's seen the run of Chong, and Chong with the clever little finish, but unfortunately he was in such a good position because he was offside. So it wasn't a good position at all. Ballo-Touré playing it forward, finds Reyes, who this time tests the goalkeeper a little bit better than he has the previous 2 opportunities, but the goalkeeper once again is equal to him. But it is another corner. It's going to be Longstaff to hit that in-swinger into the far post again. And Pascozzi's there waiting for it. Better connection than his previous attempt. But once again, straight into the hands of the Newcastle goalkeeper, who's having a very good game. It looks like it's going to take something special to get the ball past him today as Newcastle try and qualify for Europe. Rafa playing it back to De Klerk, and now Scott and Longstaff and Balotore. We're keeping hold of the ball nicely here, patiently waiting for the opportunity where we can try and break through past this very defensively strong Newcastle team. Now it's Walters on the right-hand side. Russell Ross has got him behind. Can he beat his man? He plays it across to Reyes, and how many chances is that man going to get today? He's saving his goals for Wembley. I can only assume that's what's happening. Adam Eder must be fuming watching on from the bench, knowing that with the opportunities Reyes has got today, surely he would have scored at least one of them. But yeah, it's not been a good day for Ignacio Reyes. We have got Brobby on the bench. We've got Eder on the bench. And I think we're going to see one or both of them appearing in this second half as we look to end the season at home with a victory. But it is Newcastle who've got the ball in this highlight. It's still more than half an hour to go in this game, so plenty of opportunity for either team to get the breakthrough, and that is a soft goal to concede. The amount of chances we've had just like that one at the other end, and Blanco just, I don't know. I'm not going to criticise because he's had a phenomenal season for such a young goalkeeper, but this all, once again, our defence getting caught very flat. And it's Pascozzi who just turned so slow. He is being replaced this summer. We've already got a replacement new defender coming in. And I think that highlighted that we definitely need such a thing. Ross, though, trying to play it over the top. Reyes is in behind again. And at the fifth time of asking, Ignacio Reyes does tuck one home. Russell Ross ending the season the way he started it as an assist machine. It's a lovely ball forward from Ross. And it is a very tidy finish from Reyes. It's just a shame it took him so many chances to tuck one away. But a Premier League goal is a Premier League goal. That's the fifth one he's scored now since arriving with us in January. And he is starting to look like a big boy striker. Just needs to work on his consistency a little bit in the summer so that it doesn't take him 5 good opportunities to get a breakthrough, because you're not going to get 5 big opportunities in every Premier League game. Rafa from the edge of the area. What a goal from Rafa. Another one who, as the season has gone on, has just got better and better. And that is an absolute beauty. And all of a sudden, we've turned this game on its head. It's Preston 2, Newcastle 1. Maybe we're not going to see Eder and Brobby after all, because we've decided to turn things around just with the boys who are on the pitch. Does this push Manchester United up into European qualification as it stands? It does. Well, they might not have a badge, but they are going to be playing in Europe next year if we can hold on. Right, we're going to take off Chong and bring on Brobby. We are going to take off Pascozzi as well. Burns can come on for him. And I think we take off Longstaff as well for Carrasco. 3 relatively easy changes. If you're wondering where Harvey White is, he unfortunately picked up a knock in training this week just gone. So not only did he miss this game, he's going to miss the FA Cup final as well, which is a real shame for someone who's been a really key player for us this season. One of our most important players, I would say, Harvey White, but he's not going to be going back to Wembley after being such an important part of the semi-final there in yesterday's episode. But 2-1, less than 20 minutes to go. We're up to 12th as it stands. Come on, lads, 50 points would be an incredible return for a first season in the Premier League. Balotore's tired. Oscar can come on for him. We've got de Klerk tired. Valenti can come on for him. We've got some nice strength in depth in this defence now, and that's even before the new boy arrives. And Brobby has had the effort from range, which the goalkeeper scrambles to push around the post. He was so assured in the first half, but he has been beaten a couple of times in this second half now and doesn't seem quite so confident in what he's up to. And it looks like, I mean, looking at the match stats, we absolutely deserve the win. And I think we are going to deliver it. The final whistle quickly approaches and it ends. Preston 2, Newcastle 1. One excellent final day of the season. We are a serious Premier League team. Top half finish next year, boys and girls, unless we qualify for Europe, which we can now do because we're now off to Wembley. It's FA Cup final day. Look at the amount of money we've got knocking around the place now. They better give me a nice juicy transfer budget. But we'll worry about that on Monday, because for now, we're off to Wembley. Well, it might be just as well we've got a new defender coming in this summer, because we've just had this news item about de Klerk reminding me of his £22.5 million release clause, which he is already close to value-wise. There's nobody interested just yet. I imagine that situation is likely to change this summer. We've just tried to enter negotiations for a new contract. He won't even discuss the idea until after the Euros, where he's heading off with Belgium. A good Euros for de Klerk, and a Champions League team picks up an absolute bargain of a 20-year-old international defender who's only going to get better. And that will make me very sad. It will be a good profit if he goes, but I don't really want him to. Would quite like him to stay. But let's not worry about that for today. Like I say, it's FA Cup final day. Let's go and qualify for Europe. That might convince him to stay. We've got Blanco in goal. A back for a small Valenti, de Klerk and Oscar. Longstaff at the base of the midfield. Scott and Rafa ahead of him. Ross on the right. Sartori on the left. Reyes up front. And of course, you can't do the FA Cup final without playing the Work the Space FA Cup song. So one moment, boys and girls, as the players are walking out, let's have a little bit of music, courtesy of Work the Space. When is the right time to press this? If this was a Champions League game, there you go. I assume it's playing. I've not got my headphones on. Oh, it is beautiful.
Yeah!
Yeah! He goes, yeah, at the end. I think I timed that right. I was singing along in my head. There we go. I could have put some headphones on for that. I hope it played. I'm going to look like a right Wally. Edit that out, somebody. Right, it's Preston versus Chelsea, FA Cup final. They are playing the good old-fashioned flat back 7. You can tell this is FM23, and I don't know how we're going to break it down. Maybe with a free kick. Longstaff from range. Oh, my word. Sean Longstaff has just scored an absolute screamer of a free kick to open the scoring in the FA Cup final. I mean, yes, it would be nice to qualify for Europe and keep de Klerk. Yes, it would be nice to obviously win a trophy. Flapping from Mendy there in goal for Chelsea. But qualifying for Europe at this stage will be a disaster for our hopes of staying in the Premier League. So much fixture congestion. We will not stand a chance. I think we've got more of a chance of long-term success in the save if Chelsea get back into this. Blanco. Oh, dear. We got flapping from Mendy at one end, and after such a good season from Blanco, that's really poor from him. Oh, that's going to live long in the memory. He could hear me saying that we don't really want to be in Europe next year. We'll take if we could have the FA Cup without Europe, that'd be perfect. It looks like we're going to get neither now because we're self-combusting. 1-1, and you would expect Chelsea to go on and get the next goal now, although it is a Preston highlight. It's with Longstaff again, who plays it in for Reyes, who's drifted out wide, got him behind. Oh, my word. Does that hit the crossbar? I'm not sure what's gone on there. Both goalkeepers having absolute nightmare matches, and Reyes nearly grabbed us a second. It's 1-1 at half-time. We're at least making a game of it. It's a fun one for the neutrals. But I would quite like to win the FA Cup now, please. It's Mendy to take a goal kick for Chelsea. Who knows what's going to happen with goal kicks and things, the way both goalkeepers are playing in this match. But Chilwell is dispossessed by Scott on this right-hand side, and Longstaff to de Klerk, back with Longstaff again. Sean Longstaff is having an incredible game. Longstaff playing it forward, looking for Reyes, who couldn't get behind Demiral for Chelsea. And now they're looking to just bring the ball calmly out of the fence again. Ben Chilwell plays it into Havertz. And we could do with somebody getting a tackle in here. Ross is tracking back and following Havertz all the way. But they are knocking the ball around relatively comfortably here. But this time Blanco has got it all covered. It's back with Blanco. And the highlight ends. And I think we've got away with one a little bit there. Chelsea cut through us with relative ease down this right flank of ours. It's a corner now. Mount with the corner into the area, and eventually it's headed clear by Sartori. We've got the opportunity for a counter-attack here, but our player, I don't even know who that was, couldn't quite get there. And it's Rafa, I think, was just out-muscled as he had the opportunity to start a counter-attack. And it's directly led to a phenomenal effort from Havertz, but the crossbar is there to save us. Half an hour left. We can offer a little bit of encouragement. You have to dream at this point. You never know what's capable of happening. 20 minutes to go. It's all level. This is anybody's game. You just need one moment of awesome from somebody. It's not going to be Reyes. He is really struggling today. We're going to bring on Adam Eder. We're also going to bring on Brian Brobby. And I think for my final trick, we are going to put de Klerk out to right back and take off Oscar. Pascozzi can come on in there. Actually have a right footer at right back, because we are struggling a little bit on this side with Oscar, who is a good defender, but he is very left-footed, and Chilwell has caused him a few problems already. So hopefully de Klerk can go out there and defend like a defender. Right, 10 minutes remaining. Russell Ross is now tiring, so we don't really have anyone. I mean, Are we really bringing on Suanrat in the FA Cup final? We are getting so low on players. I mean, we are. We're bringing on the homegrown boy in the FA Cup final. Alex Scott is going to come off for Carrasco. And that's our final roll of the dice. Have we got a goal in us, or is it going to extra time? I don't think I could cope with extra time. They're playing Pavard in midfield. It's such a negative Chelsea system. They are a bunch of cowards. We deserve this more than them because of their cowardice. And it is 1-1 at full time. We go into extra time. That means we've got one more substitution to make. We are running out of players here. Thierry Small is tired, so we can bring on Ballo-Touré to play at left back. And we've still got some tired legs on there. It's just the next goal wins, next moment of awesome from somebody. And I mean, it would be nice for Adam Eder to grab a winner and then sell him for 30 million because he's not going to be good enough for us next year. But it's going to be Kovacic, isn't it? Unless Blanco can pull off a save. Oh, he does. Blanco makes the save. Pascozzi hacks it clear. The amount of times I've seen that free kick go in Football Manager, especially this year. But Blanco's equal to it. He's making up for his early error with a fantastic save from the free kick there. And it remains 1-1 as we hit half-time in extra time. Well, is it going to be penalties? I don't think have we even done a penalty shootout on Non-League to Legend this year? I don't know that we have. I don't know that I can cope. Ballo-Touré to Carrasco. And now Pascozzi out to De Klerk, playing out of position at right back, but dancing forward. And, I mean, gives the ball away, but Carrasco does quite well to win it back. And Rafa playing it into Suanrat, the young homegrown lad. And Chilwell can't get it clear. And Eder, I think it was, just absolutely breathing down his neck. Robbie's picked up a knock. We've got no more substitutions left to take him off, so he's just going to have to make do. And Rafa, once again, struggling in that physical battle with a very big, strong Chelsea midfield. They've kind of nullified Rafa today, which is not ideal for us, because it does take one of our big creative forces from the midfield completely out of action. Valenti is there to cover that, and he's given the ball away. Not like this. It's been two defensive mistakes. One from Blanco, now one from Valenti, and our young boys just bottling it when it really matters. Come on, ref. Disallow it. Yeah. I mean, long term, it probably is for the best. It's character building for these boys. It's been two shocking defensive mistakes. Like I say, being in Europe next year will be a real challenge, and now we get to avoid it. If they put us in Europe anyway, because Chelsea are in the Champions League or something, that'd be very upsetting. But if I recall, Chelsea are mid-table with us. So it's our first final of FM23 in Non-League to Legend. Unfortunately, it does end in defeat. I don't know why we're watching the trophy lift. We don't want to watch the trophy lift. We'll come back stronger. It was too soon for us to win something. We came so close. But no FA Cup for us just yet. We also don't have budgets just yet. So I don't know what we're going to be doing in the transfer window, which will be in Monday's episode. But for now, I'm going to go away and have a little cry. And we're going to try and keep hold of De Klerk in the summer and add more awesome players in the next video. I mean, I'm not looking. I'm just... Nah, we're sticking around for a little while yet, aren't we? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.